You can be evil, I'm gon' bite that apple, believe me. I've been searching hard for your love, like a miner digging for gold. And if haters were the ocean, we would stay afloat with the boats. And if you were 4 tires, I would let you ride on my road. If I were your stripper pole, would you work me until I'm rusty and old?
Oh yeah, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your baby, I won't leave your side.
Angel face with angel eyes, you must be heaven sent. Our hearts had a collision and it minds you left the dent. This love is meant to happen, girl, it's not an accident. So if you give me your I'm your puzzle, you're my rain, I'm your puddles. You're my teddy bear like Snuggles. Life struggles. You're my red nose with no muzzle. I can be the product, you can be the dollars. Girl, let's orchestrate this hustle.
You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
Flying directions, you would be the destination. If I were an employer, would you choose my occupation? I must be a shovel, cause I'm digging you penetration. Girl, your love's got a hold on me like procrastination. If I were your telescope, you'd be my shining star. Beautiful was a crime, I'm arresting you like the law. My love is your parking garage, girl, come and park your heart. If I'ma slide on the playground, would you slide down my sliding bar?
Oh, yeah. Girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. You my ride or die. Let's ride to the end, thick and thin. Girl, you are my wonder woman, the one that I'm living for. Girl, you know that I love you. Oh yeah, girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. Girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
In the end, I'm your TP, I'm the beach, you're the bikini, the remote control, you're the TV, DVD player, I'm the CD. I can see us closer than 3D. Girl, your love is sweeter than kiwi. I can be your Adam, you can be Eve. I'm gon' bite that apple, believe me. I've been searching hard for your love, like a miner digging for gold. And if haters were the ocean, we would stay afloat with the boats. And if you were 4 tires, I would let you ride on my road. If I were your stripper pole, would you work me until I'm rusty and old?
Oh yeah, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
Angel face with angel eyes, you must be heaven sent. Our hearts had a collision and it minds you left the dent. This love is meant to happen, girl, it's not an accident. So if you give me your heart, I promise I will represent. You're my pieces, I'm your puzzle. You're my rain, I'm your puddles. You're my teddy bear like Snuggles. If it's team us, let's huddle. We can be strength in life struggles. You're my red nose with no muzzle. I can be the product, you can be the dollars. Girl, let's orchestrate this hustle.
Oh yeah, girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side.
I am directions, you would be the destination. If I were an employer, would you choose my occupation? I must be a shovel, cause I'm digging you penetration. Girl, your love's got a hold on me like procrastination. If I were your telescope, you'd be my shining star. Beautiful was a crime, I'm arresting you like the law. My love is your parking garage, girl, come and park your heart. If I'ma slide on the playground, would you slide down my sliding mud?
Oh, yeah, girl, you my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. You my ride or die. Like a diamond, we will shine. Baby girl, it's you and I. Baby, I won't leave your side. I won't leave your side.
Dama, share on your share with my hero. Bank care with me as soon as you tell. Clip I owe your food. I didn't have a reason to leave you, show me the way, and I'm grateful for everything that you did. You never ever played me low. See, I'm not worthy of your grace. I'm not worthy of your blessings. Still, you not close me, oh. Say you not get back on me. I call you my doctor, my bro, my brabio. See your man, let's all look good more. Nangla, you hella bo. Le call you Elohim, yes, what tato. Like you, the one can win all the battle. You give me more.
Communication becomes convenient, enjoyable, and cheaper when you have the best application in your hand. D-Pro Global Social Media app gives you access to free global communication and networking. With the D-Pro Global Social Media app, you can do live video chat, live audio calling, live text messaging, live group video and audio conferencing. Not only that, you also do fast sharing, creating and posting to your story, post engagement with emojis, and more. The Depot Global Social Media app does in-app purchases, in-app searching, storytelling. The app also allows you to create video, audio, text, and internet link posting. Get the best app today with 100% data security and end-to-end encryption. Add customization and privacy settings to the Depot Global Social Media app and enjoy 24/7 endless communication. Download the Depot Global Social Media app on Google Play Store and Apple Store and enjoy endless communication. Visit our website on www.dpro-idb.com or email us at info@dpro-idb.com. Depot Global Social Media app, making communication easier. Do you care to know why thousands of people have switched from using oil-bomb paint to using Une Zize quality paint? Zize quality paint is a high-quality American non-hazard latex paint that doesn't fade or peel off your walls when applied. Zize quality paint comes in variety of colors that you can choose from. We even customize our customers' paint based on their request just to satisfy their desire. Stop by at any of our 3 branches at Police Academy Junction opposite NP Fueling Station, Baptist Seminary opposite Highway Gas Station, and St. Paul Bridge opposite Michael Plaza. Zize quality paint can be used for both interior and exterior painting works. Customers living overseas can pay through Zelle on 217-720-8858. You can contact us via cell numbers 0777-366-142 or 0770-496-273 or +121-772-08858. Think Zize, think quality.
Spicing up, what's next?
Allen Bernard International, or ABR, is a management consulting firm with a team of consultants and associates who focus on growing and transforming home healthcare agencies, nonprofits, and small businesses in other industries as well as individuals. Our services include ABR Business Support Services, ABR Accounting and Tax Services, and ABR Anti-Money Laundering Compliance Services. At ABR, we bring to each assignment dedication and commitment, experience and skills, performance-based process, integrated solution teams, and client relations. For more inquiries on our services, call phone number 469 378 3955. That's Allen Bernard International, or ABR, transforming business through ideas. Made with ginger, coconut water, natural juice flavor, vitamins and minerals is Muncie Power Drink. Muncie Power Drink helps reduce high blood pressure, get rid of toxins, help improve children and adult memory. It also helps the body fight effects of excess sugar. Muncie Power Drink has no added sugar, no artificial flavors, and all natural ingredients. It is a healthy drink for just everybody. It has 4 natural juice flavors: pineapple, mango, strawberry, and turmeric. For wholesale or retail purchase, visit major supermarkets across Monrovia and its environs. If you are outside Monrovia, you can do your purchase at Kakata Supermarket and Ataro Business Center in Ganta. You can also visit our store on the O Road, right next to the American School. For more information, call us on 0770 307 572 or 0776 580 730. Muncie Power Drink, not just your regular energy drink.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as 500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. It depends where you are. It's good to be here today. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little hoarse. I'm very sorry about that. When did I begin to feel this way? My voice. I believe it was on Thursday. Yeah. So I was not on the show on Friday morning with Buakai. But I feel good. I'm not sick, but it's just my voice. So my apologies for that. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you watching and listening uh, to us from all over the world. Buakai, my co-host, is not feeling very well today, so Buakai will not be joining us on the show this morning. George,
Yeah, guys.
okay. I'm hearing that there's some distortion.
Okay. We talking. So I am working on it.
Yes, do that. So yeah, so Buakai will not join us this morning. Buakai is not feeling very well. He's not going to join us this morning. We have a lot of things on our plate this morning. We will be talking with some folks. We'll probably get somebody on the line to talk to us about an ongoing protest or a protest that happened very early this morning, somewhere around the Simple Bridge. Residents um, of the lower bank communities. You're talking Broadville, Virginia, and all those places. They staged a protest this morning demanding that they want to be connected to the electricity grid. They don't have access to electricity, and they're demanding that. Of course, I'm in solidarity with them. It's been a very long time since those communities ever had electricity. I remember when I lived in Broadville in the mid 90s, we had electricity. 94, we had electricity at a time when Abel Sawyer was interim president. I remember very, very well. But since that time, there's nothing. George, you gotta fix that thing.
Yep.
You have to fix it.
Okay.
Also, um, the former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai has left the United States. We bid him farewell on Friday. He left for Accra, Ghana, where he currently is. Well, he should be arriving in Liberia any moment now. But he spent the weekend in Ghana, where he had a number of meetings, and he should be back in Liberia already this morning. He had an early morning flight back to Liberia from Ghana. I just want to say this to you. There have been all kinds of stupid Facebook posts and people making all kinds of assumptions. Even Front Page Africa carry a story based off of an interview Jose Yuma Boakai had with the VOA, in which Joseph Boakai said the door was open for engagement. You know, Joseph Boakai did not say that he was going to be forming a ticket with Alice Cummings. I want to say this. I want to address this seriously, and I'm really getting fed up with all of you who come to me with concerns about Boakai and Cummings working together. Boakai and Cummings will never work together. Listen to me and listen to me keenly. Alice Cummings and Joseph Boakai will not be on one ticket. It is not going to happen ever. Let me repeat myself. I am not saying it because this is what I want or this is what I'm against. I'm saying it because there is absolutely no intention whatsoever on the side of Joseph Boakai to go with Alice Cummings on a ticket. There's also absolutely no intention of Alice Cummings to be vice president to Joseph Boakai. Let me repeat this. There is no plan, no discussion. There was absolutely no meeting held in the United States between Ellis Cummings or representatives of Ellis Cummings and Joe Boakai for them to go together. Zero, nothing, absolutely nothing. On one hand, Mr. Boakai has no intention to make Ellis Cummings his running mate. On the other hand, Ellis Cummings has no intention to be Mr. Boakai's running mate. Did you just hear what I said? Joseph Boakai has no intention to make Ellis Cummings his running mate, and Ellis Cummings has no intention to be running mate to Joseph Boakai. Mr. Cummings doesn't want it. Mr. Boakai doesn't want it. So the reason why I say it will never work is that the two men do not want it. The two men do not want to be on the same ticket. So to those of you who are spreading this rumor, you need to stop, and you need to stop bothering some of us, because I'm busy. And I have all of you coming to me, oh, Costa, they won't hear it and we're against it. Don't do that. I don't like it. You understand? Do not do that. Mr. Cummings has said he has no intention. Mr. Cummings has not approached Mr. Boakai for anything. Mr. Cummings has not approached Mr. Boakai to be running mate to Mr. Boakai. Mr. Boakai has never offered, does not intend to offer, does not desire to work with Ellis Cummings as a running mate. And I know this. And all the 3 weeks Mr. Boakai was in the States, there was no meeting held between him and Mr. Cummings. There was no meeting held between him and any representative of Mr. Cummings to discuss anything of that nature. So whatever it is that you're hearing, based on the interview Mr. Boakai had with the VOA, I was sitting right there when he did the interview with James Botte. There's no plan. Mr. Boakai simply said the doors are open to engage. When someone says the doors are open to engage, what does that mean? Does that mean that, oh, he's going to be my running mate? No. How can he be Mr. Boakai's running mate when Ellis Cummings had said over and over that he would never, ever be anybody's running mate, and he is still holding that position? That is Mr. Cummings' position to date. Right this moment, it is what Mr. Cummings is still saying. Mr. Boakai also does not intend to have Mr. Cummings as his running mate. No, it is not going to happen. There will be no Boakai Cummings ticket. How much more should I say it? How many more times? How much more emphatic, repetitive should I be? There will be no Boakai Cummings ticket. Zero. Boakai does not want Cummings to be his running mate. Cummings does not want to be Boakai's running mate. You see that? I know. If you don't believe that I know, then, well, that's it. If you don't believe that Henry Costa is positioned enough to know that that is not the case, then I'm sorry. If you don't believe me, fine. But I know this. Mr. Cummings does not want to be running mate. Mr. Cummings is not interested in being running mate. Mr. Boakai is not interested in having Cummings as his running mate. Zero. Absolutely zero. How many more times should I say this, folks? Do you think I don't know this? If this were to be the case, you think I would not know? I would know. There are other things that I know I cannot say. I will not say other things that I know. But what I do know is Cummings does not want to be Mr. Boakai's running mate. Cummings wants something else. Did you hear what I said? Cummings wants something else, not to be Mr. Boakai's running mate. Mr. Cummings wants something else, but not to be Boakai's running mate. That is what Mr. Cummings wants. Something else. Now you go figure it out. What is it that Mr. Cummings wants? And that is something Mr. Walker cannot give him. Go figure it out. What is it that Mr. Cummings wants from Mr. Walker? Something else. Something that Mr. Walker will never give him. What did I say? Never. I did not say will not. I said never give him. It is as simple as that. It's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. What Mr. Cummings wants is not to be VP. Mr. Cummings wants something else. And Mr. Walker will never give that because it is not even for Mr. Walker. It is not up to Mr. Joseph Walker to give it to Mr. Cummings. It is beyond Mr. Walker. Mr. Walker may be our candidate for president, but certain decisions are not entirely up to Mr. Walker to make it. The Liberian people will not accept that, would never, ever accept that, period. Mr. Walker will be a candidate. Mr. Walker is not able to say that he will not be a candidate, that he will support somebody else to be a candidate. We've had that discussion. He will not do what Mr. Cummings wants. I just want to say this to the Cummings people. You're wasting your time. Joseph Walker will never give Mr. Cummings what Mr. Cummings wants. Never. It is not up to Mr. Walker to do that. Do you know how much sacrifice we've made for Joe Walker? Do you know how much sacrifice we're still making for Joe Walker? We, the Liberian people. We, the Liberian people. That's what I didn't say I. We, the people. So what Cummings wants from Walker, let me say this to Mr. Cummings. He will never, ever get it. Not in this lifetime. Maybe in another lifetime where the situation as it exists now would not exist. Do you want me to repeat myself? What Mr. Cummings wants from Mr. Walker, let me say this. Mr. Cummings will never, ever get it. Because you know what? It is not up to Mr. Walker to give that. It is bigger than him now. It is as simple as that. So we're not sitting here and talking because we want to make big mouth. We know what we know. We know what we know. We know what we know. And we know what we sit on to talk the way we talk. That is the furthest I'm prepared to go regarding this matter. So I'm not saying you all cannot have all your wet dreams. You're entitled to have your wet dream. But you're wasting your time. Joseph Walker will be a candidate. Not even $100 million or $100 billion will make him not be a candidate. It is not up to Joe Walker when it comes to that. As far as making his decision on who becomes his running mate is up to him. But it is not up to him to decide whether he wants to run or not run. It is bigger than him. He understands that. We had that conversation. It is bigger than him. It is about the people at this point. It is as simple as that. So we're going to move on. So you all can be sitting there and be having all your conversations, and that is your business. That is your business. You can be posting on Facebook and making yourselves feel fine, but you're wasting your time. It will never happen. Walker will be on a ticket for president. He will never drop out and support Ellis Cummings for president. Never. May I repeat myself? Never. I am Henry Pedro Costa, the first child of my mother and the last child of my father. On this 13th day of February 2020, I say here, remember this, Joseph Walker will not step aside to support Ellis Cummings for president. Will never step aside to support Ellis Cummings for president. Let me repeat, Joseph Yuma Boakai will never step aside to support Alice Cummings for president. It will never happen. If it ever happens, it would be in a world that does not exist. It will never happen. Not for $1 billion, not for $1 trillion. Boakai will never step aside for Alice Cummings to support him to be president. You're wasting your time. Never ever. What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? We've decided we're not going to be engaged in any kind of toxic exchanges with you and all that kind of stuff, but we're not meek. You all know us. We're not sheep. We're lions. We're lions. Spread all kinds of stupid nonsense all over the place. Then one guy will have stepped aside to endorse Alice Cummings. You all right? Nonsense. Let's move on. It would never happen. Never ever happen. Go tell that to Cummings. What he wants from Joe Boakai, he will never get it. Never ever get it. What did I just say? I said never ever get it. Never. Not in this life, maybe in another life. Okay, so we move on to some other things here. Let's talk about the Stanton Weatherspoon case. In the Stanton Weatherspoon case, on February the 9th, Thursday, Stanton appeared in court in Fort Lauderdale. And in court, Stanton Weatherspoon entered a not guilty plea. That was the initial appearance in the court. They asked him, how do you plead? Stanton pleaded not guilty. That means the trial goes to court. The case goes to trial. The case goes to trial because Mr. Weatherspoon wants to fight the case. He said, not guilty. He's going to fight the case. He's not guilty. That's how Stanton pleaded. Now, another thing is Stanton's bond was accepted. His appearance bond was accepted by the court. He asked the court, his lawyer asked the court on his behalf or in his behalf to remove the ankle monitor, the monitor that was placed on his ankle to monitor his movements and all that kind of stuff. That request by Stanton's lawyer was granted. The ankle monitor that was put on Stanton's ankle was removed. However, there are conditions. Stanton Weatherspoon was required by the court to find a full-time job. Stanton Weatherspoon was required or instructed by the court to find a full-time job. Go and find a full-time job. But you cannot work in the nursing or healthcare industry. You must find and maintain a full-time job, but not in this industry. Stanton Weatherspoon was also told, instructed by the court as part of the terms and conditions of his bond, that if he wishes to, whenever he wants to travel outside of the city of Camden, New Jersey, and the city of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that he would have to go to the court and he would have to request and be granted approval before he can travel. That's it. So he cannot travel unless the court grants him approval to travel. Yeah, that is what the court said. So Mr. Stanton Weatherspoon cannot travel until the court grants him authorization. The case now goes to court. it might take several months before the matter is adjudicated and a decision or a verdict handed down. But Stanton said he is not guilty. That's how he pleaded in court. Of course, he surrendered his passport ever since as one of the preconditions, and that is where we are. Yeah. Now, another thing we'll be talking about this morning is Prince Johnson. To those of you who were expressing your excitement, that Prince Johnson, and to be honest, I was very, very, very cautious about the whole Prince Johnson thing. I said it on this platform many times, that we should not rush to conclude that Prince Johnson was on our side or was going to be on our side. I said it over and over. How many people can bear me witness? How many times did I not warn you all to not be too excited about Prince Johnson? Can anybody attest? Does anybody on here listening? George, are we on the radio this morning?
Yes.
Thank God. So we are on the radio as well. Fine. We're on the radio and we're on all of our other platforms that we're on. Like all the other online platforms. So now 6 other platforms aside from Facebook. How many times did I not say it over and over and over that we should not trust Prince Johnson? I said it. Now, what happened yesterday, folks? Did you all listen to his sermon yesterday? Prince Johnson created this excitement. He told everybody to go to his church. Lots of people were there who otherwise would not be there. Everybody was waiting to see what Prince Johnson would say in response to George Weah. Yesterday in Prince Johnson's sermon, he did not, I'm not listening to the entire sermon, but those who listened to it told me, he did not once mention George Weah. In fact, he told the people, if you all came here to hear me attack George Weah, you are mistaken. That's what he said. Prince Johnson told the people in his church yesterday and those watching live on social media that if they expected him to attack George Weah and the government, he said, I am not going to attack George Weah. Instead, he started attacking other people. He went viciously after Cyril Allen. I don't know what Cyril Allen did to him. He was just looking for a punching bag to distract from George Weah. He says, the Liberal Council of Churches, and they talk to me. The other people talk to me. They say I'm gonna leave the president. I am not against the government. I'm against the system. Prince Johnson said yesterday he is not against the government. He's against the system. My people, did you hear that nonsense, Prince Johnson? I kept telling you people, I said, Prince Johnson is just waiting for the right amount of money. That is all that he's waiting for. The right amount of money. The moment you give him the right amount, you can cost his mind, you can cost his power, you can do the nastiest things possible. The moment you give him money, he's okay. Prince Johnson played all of you. Because I can't say he played me. He did not play me because I told you over and over that I did not trust Prince Johnson. Yesterday, that bugger said in court in his church that if you came here expecting me to attack the president, you are mistaken. I will disappoint you because I am not going to attack the president. You see that? Prince Johnson was raising a stake. He was pretending that he would never go back to George Weah. All he wanted was give him more money. He wanted money from George Weah. Give him money. And we're told that they have taken care of him. He said ECOWAS people talk to him. The Liberal Council of Churches talk to him. Prince Johnson cannot be trusted. George, I'm hearing that distortion again, that terrible noise. Prince Johnson cannot be trusted. I told you all. Only one thing moves Prince Johnson, is money. He has zero integrity. He has zero honor. He believes only in money. Prince Johnson believes in money more than he believes in God. So Prince Johnson is going right back to CDC. He has gone right back to CDC. All he wanted from George Weah was money. Weah cost him good. After Weah cost him good, Weah gave him some money. He's all right. He does not mind the insults. He does not mind the name calling. He does not mind any of that. Weah told him, you want money from me? You will never blackmail me. I will never give you money. Still, that does not bother Prince Johnson. You can say whatever you want to say to him, just give him money. The man stands for nothing. Nothing. So, to those of you who were sitting there thinking that you have Prince Johnson now, well, there you have it. Prince Johnson is gone back to George Weah. Tomorrow, he will be preaching. The next time, he will be preaching in his church and telling the people that God has blessed George Weah, that George Weah, God told him to forgive George Weah. He will be preaching that in his church. He had everybody clapping for him. Yeah. We're enjoying you, Papa. Deal with George Weah. He told Rodney, Patrick Hunter was in the church on Sunday. Yesterday. Rodney C., my good friend, was also in the church yesterday. Rodney, they were on the front row. They were sitting in the front row of the church, expecting Prince Johnson to start attacking George Weah or responding to George Weah. He told them, hey, you're here for me to attack George Weah, you'll miss it. Echo was really talking to me. The Liberian was just really talking to me. You see, Prince nobody thought of Prince Johnson. You know who thought of Prince Johnson? That money thought of Prince Johnson. Money is what Prince Johnson prays to, and money is who talks to him. Money. That it. He gone. He gone. He gone. He gone. He gone. He gone. I want to depend on Prince Johnson. I want to depend. For me, I was just enjoying that stupid fight they were having here in George Weah. That's it. They probably getting 100,000 or 150,000. So I'm gonna small the money that what they gain. He all right for now. He will eat that money. When that money is getting finished, he will start making noise again. He will start making noise again. He uses the people to make money. That's what he does. He uses the poor in Nimba County. That's why the Americans sanction him for pay to play. That's what Prince Johnson does, and Prince Johnson will never stop doing it. Now, we move on to something else here. The Army Chief of Staff, the Minister of Defense, Zianka. What is it with these people? What is it with these people? Huh? What is it with these people? They're always threatening the Liberian people. They're always threatening the Liberian people. And Zianka is saying, he is saying that they will not tolerate. Let me find exactly what Zianka said. What is it with these people always threatening us? You know, the Ministry of Defense, the LMP, what is it with them? They always have to be issuing threats to the Liberian people. This is the Minister of Defense. Don't cross the red line. As Liberia observes Armed Forces Day, the Minister of Defense sends out caveat to political actors ahead of the October elections. Who told Zianka? These people don't know, they don't know their place. Who told them that it is their place to be threatening or warning us? Can you imagine? Of course, this threat doesn't go to the CDC. It's to us. It's to the opposition. Zianka, do you think anybody's afraid of that army? That small, kini, weak army? You think anybody is afraid of that army? Do you think we're afraid of that army? Something has to be wrong with you to be threatening us all the time. Oh, don't cross the red line. You will see. You try, you will see. You know, this is not your place. We hear Joe, we are run behind your woman. We don't know how true is it. We don't hear you talking. When they say Joe, we are run behind your woman, we don't hear Zianka talking. But Zianka able to be putting more or threatening the Liberian people. They say your boss man Joe, we are run behind your woman, which does not surprise me because that's what he does to his friends. So we don't hear you say anything about that. But you dare put your mouth on the Liberian, so don't cross the red line. They're always making these threats. Who do you think you are? Do you think if George Weah attempts to cheat in these elections coming, you think we're going to stand for that and we're going to listen to a stupid Zianka? A stupid Zianka is going to tell us he's going to threaten us. Zianka, a weaklingless Zianka. And what the other man is that the chief of staff, Prince C. Johnson. Do you think you guys can scare us, the Liberian people? Look at me, listen. George Weah will not be able to cheat in these elections. I'm not saying they may not try, but they will not succeed in cheating in these elections that are coming. First of all, the system that we're even going to be using, the biometric system, they're not even going to be able to try to do that. So if Zianka and people think that they can threaten us, and a weak army that is already not even happy with the regime because they are not being well taken care of. That is the army you want to threaten the Liberian people with. Millions of people, you want to threaten them with a handful of soldiers who are not even happy with the way people like you treat them. This is nonsense. No, John Sabo, you're wrong. Zianka's statement was not directed to the CDC. It was directed at us, the opposition. You think Zianka will be brave to stand there and attack and send a warning to the government? They send these warnings to us. That's what they do. They think they can scare us. Don't try it. The military will not stand for it. The military does not threaten the citizens. And that's not the duty of the military to be threatening the citizens. That's not your job. Your job is to defend the country's territorial integrity and the sovereignty of the country from all threats, external and domestic. We're not a threat to the country. If anything, it is the government that is a threat to the country. This criminal government. But to be sitting there and thinking that you can threaten someone, you, Zianka, you can't threaten Joe Weah by running behind your wife or your woman, and the people you think you can threaten. You scared of Joe Weah. They say Joe Weah used to go private to the feed there every time. Joe Weah take your woman. Now everybody say, I don't know how true that is, but that's what everybody say. Joe Weah took your woman. We didn't see you get failed. We didn't see you resign from your position. But they say Joe Weah took your woman. Everybody saying that. I don't know whether that's true. That's not true. Why you not issue statement to say Joe Weah not take my woman? You call yourself man, Zianka. You should issue statement. They see when you issue statement threatening us. Issue a statement and deny and debunk that Weah did not take your wife. You know what it means? The whole country, everybody, they be spreading that word. Joe Weah told the man woman. Joe Weah told the man woman. You will not talk. Let me ask you people, all the men who you're watching, when you hear rumor like that, and everybody talking about that kind of rumor that your boss man or your friend man took your wife, what will you do about it? Will you keep quiet? That rumor has been around for a long time. And we know that Weah is capable of such things. We know that very well. And when we're hearing that Weah took Zianka woman. So I dare you, Zianka, if you call yourself man, open your mouth and say that Weah did not take your woman. Open your mouth. I'm talking about and we'll deal with anybody who try it. Go deal with Joe Weah now. Joe Weah told your woman, we've been hearing it. One day you know her all talking on the platform, but I believe it now. Today I believe it. Joe, we are to a woman for you. They say, Joe, we are eating your woman. Siaka. We've heard this over and over and over. How many men here on the platform will have your boss man behind your wife, and you won't say nothing? How many people? So you prefer to sacrifice your woman for your job? Hey, some government job. Oh, some government job. For government job, Billy, you prefer for the man to take your woman for government job, Billy. Yeah. No, I will tell Kevin. Any man want to know say he won't put more on the Liberian people. Siaka, you not man. If you man, open you more and debunk this rumor that has been around for 3 years. For 3 years now, everybody been talking. Joey, I told your woman. Hey man, if somebody were talking that kind of rumor here for 3 years, you will not talk. 3 years old, the whole country been talking. How Joey, I told Siaka woman. They say when Joey used to go to the barracks to play football. Huh? Joey, Siaka used to tell a woman to cook and bring food there. Siaka went and changed the carpet in his office. He put a tile. The tile he put there, he remodeled the bathroom. It was just he put a half bath there where we can take bath after he played football. So the story goes that that's not true. Siaka changed, he remodeled the bathroom in his office at the Ministry of Defense in the barracks there, the BTC. He put a half bath so we would take a shower after he's been playing football. We used to go there every Saturday. We used to see Joe. We are playing football. Every Saturday we used to see we are playing football. So the story goes that Siaka, he will impress the president now. He will tell a woman to cook, to bring breakfast. When the president goes there to practice on Saturdays, a woman will cook breakfast and bring it to the practice. The hard job we saw the men do. The hard job we saw the men do. The job we saw the men do now. Job we jump behind the men do. Jump behind the man's woman. And everybody was talking. Who already know that we used to go to the barracks every Saturday to practice? Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. We used to go to the barracks to practice football. How many of we as friends have you not heard come up publicly to say that we are chased their women? Macaloy, one of his good friends from way back, we are chased Macaloy's woman. Joe Weah goes after all his friends' wives and girlfriends. That is how malicious, that is how cruel this guy is. Everybody knows that. So Joe Weah, according to the story, when Siaka used to tell a woman to bring food for Joe Weah to eat after, they all want to be in the good graces of the president. You not get cooked to your that your wife, you or your girlfriend, you will tell to bring food for the president to eat. You not get cooked to your, you not get husband after a woman cooks the food. Why you can't let a husband bring the food to the practice ground? That you woman, you will tell to bring food in front of Joe Weah. Eh? You will tell your woman to bring food to Joe Weah. You don't even know Joe Weah. Joe Weah is a human being. Joe Weah is a human being. He may be walking around, but Joe Weah has a rock in his heart, in his chest for a heart. He's a cruel guy. So the story goes that every Saturday, and the Jew too, they say when she coming, because she want to impress Joe Weah, she want to look good. The Jew will be looking correct. And then I had Joe Weah started chasing the men Jew. Let me tell you something. It got to the point where things got so bad between Weah and Siaka that for a long time, Siaka was hardly going around George Weah. That Weah got afraid. People start telling him the army could overthrow the government. That is the reason why you saw the chief of staff, Prince Johnson, came out and started talking about so my friend told him they will overthrow the government and all that kind of thing, because Weah got nervous and Weah got afraid. Weah would take them to travel with them out in the country. Just so he's afraid if the chief of staff and Ziangan, the minister of defense, were to stay in country, he was afraid that they would try to overthrow him. So this is a man who wants to threaten us. Ziangan. You want to threaten the Liberian people. Eh? You think you can scare us? You can scare we are who took your Jew from you. Now we don't want you to get scared. Now we don't want you. All right, folks. So we're gonna go to the phone lines and take some calls. I want to hear from all of you people. How do you feel about Prince Johnson? You all said Prince Johnson was with the opposition, and Prince Johnson and everything was fine, and Prince Johnson was against Jawia, and blah, blah, blah. All right, let's go. Go to the phone lines and take some calls. George, open the lines. Take some calls.
0770102102886 010TD8TD. The WhatsApp number +231 88051TD 417. The WhatsApp number +231 880513417 0770 102 010 TD8TD. The numbers are called this morning on the show.
Yeah.
The main press conference for saying that one.
Let's take some calls there. Let's hear you. What do you make of Prince Johnson's somersaulting?
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Yes. Oh, the line bad. Good morning.
Good morning, Josh. Good morning, Leader. Martina Konate, Costa Princess, soon to be Senator daughter of the land this morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my input on the show this morning is, like Leader said, and on many occasions, he always warned us that we shouldn't trust Prince Johnson because Prince Johnson don't have integrity, and that's true. He settled for every little thing. But anyway, now the reason why I called for this morning, I called to Daniel Zianga. Every man that really know how to handle issues, the first place is your home. If you can handle your home properly, then it means you are a real man. But you can't even control your wife at home. Leader, you forget, we even heard that the baby, the woman get a job. We are baby. You not hear that story? I found that story was running around. They say the baby, the woman carry, they say you are on medicine here, you want play to not have child. He was on medicine because later the family planning not agree with the wife. And that's how Jawia was doing the June 9 and how did he get to know? He didn't catch them, but no more got pregnant, knowing that two and they agree that he take medicine because they don't want to have baby. And that's how Jawia impregnated his wife. The woman get Jawia baby in the womb. He can't talk about it since then. Jawia don't go in the barrier anymore to go practice. But anyway, I will give more duty to them on the Costa Princess show. Yeah, thank you for having me.
We're not open can of worms. Anyway, let's take more calls there. We're tired of people threatening. Who the hell does Ziangan think he is to be threatening us?
Good morning.
We're not tolerate that.
Good morning, Costa, and let me say good morning to the Liberian people.
Yeah, good morning.
My name is Andrew Moses, and I'm popularly known as Kev Hassan Begin, and this morning I'm in District 16. You know, it is quite discouraging when key people from the opposition will go to Prince Johnson Church because they only want to listen to him responding to the president negatively. And then when they don't hear what they were wanted to hear in the beginning, disappointed. The church should not be used for denigrating statements. I think Prince Johnson did the right thing to not respond to the president in the church. And Prince Johnson has nothing to respond to. The opposition should stop celebrating because Prince Johnson will still support this government for the fact that this government is in the interest of the Liberian people. So Prince Johnson will be left with no alternative but to support.
John, yeah, I was about to say cut that animal off, but they already went. Cut the animal off and tell him not being caught.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Pedro. Good morning to our many listeners.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Yeah. This is Lasso Fofana for Chicken So Factory. Costa, you are making my day. You said it all. You said it all. You very anything long time, and you said it all. What happened in the country? Get you in the country. But let me say this to you, my friend Costa. You know what? This president is a president because we've been discreet to our presidency. The men want to be involved in everything. You know, they say our winner organize a program for musician for Conakry and to come to the party president. We have get involved into that music business. See the men yesterday, maybe disclose our presidency. And don't mind, Costa. Believe mark my word to the Allah so for saying that. That man looking for woman there again. Attention is serious. It may always be disclose our presidency. You know what? We'll make our decision. Then in base youth center, what kind of center? That youth center, what they say, the paying that so just what they say now when they show they can't integrate party here. Can't always give a comment, they pay question point. Can't see just what they say now when they show. They are not doing nothing besides stealing men. You see the guys now? Men and they can see no security in the country. The president is everybody should be security for ourselves. I you say former be security for ourselves. You organize all kind of weapon. You say youth center. Can't tell anybody, can't see the youth not saying a whole day when they show. I expect the country to move forward. They may is a disgrace to the nation.
Okay, my brother. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take some more calls there. What a brilliant new fan. Michael Bobby Boo, you were one of them. You were one of the brilliant in the new brilliant fan.
Yeah. Georgie and Costa, something funny in Liberia now. General Power is well armed, and then you got men that are armed. In the night, I saw them by 11 o'clock. I was called by one of my friends on motorbike to come pick up something, and we came together because I came with group. So we picked that thing up. But I saw them well armed, and they got on the back veteran, and everyone and they got weapon. So it is that the coup defense force have been formed, or because of election time they want to intimidate, or will not be intimidated. Because it is true. I'm telling you, they men all of them armed, and they got on the back veteran. So where the chief of staff sitting and this thing is going on? So are they aware of General Power to be moving around in there with men? Are they aware of it? Then they come here to create a threatening statement because there's the election here. So for someone will not be afraid. We see this here, we say it on the social media whatsoever. Let people get to know that Liberia is not safe. Much that General Power and men are moving with weapon in the night, we don't know what are the government getting a certificate or whatsoever to move a weapon. We hearing now that we NSA, people saying that General Power now with NSA, the guy who group called the veteran. So the veteran have been changed to the coup defense force, so he have been formed. Constantly investigate that and let the Liberian people know. Thank you, George, and thank you for the show.
Okay.
General Power was the day the government shut down my radio station. General Power was there that day coordinating the entire violent and illegal shutdown. General Power, ex-rebel General Power, is armed. He has a squad. We're told that they go out there at night, they terrorize people, they murder people, perceived enemies of the government. These are the people who are involved in these murders. These assassinations. So they know, and I mean, they've armed a whole lot of people that go out there to terrorize people, seek out and eliminate the perceived enemies of the regime. So we know about these things. These are terrible, terrible people. And General Power, I remember the Minister of Justice. They issued an arrest warrant for him when he was seen on the grounds of our radio station, instructing the people to shut down the radio station. The Daily Observer did an elaborate story on General Power and from that incident. And the Minister of Justice proceeded to order his arrest. For how long did it go? They put him in jail, or they arrested him, I'm told, and they let him go. He was never prosecuted. Who gave General Power the authorization to be on the ground? He is not a member of the law enforcement community, nothing of the sort. He was on the ground that day directing his men to shut down our radio station. And they arrested him and they said they were going to prosecute him, but nothing happened because power works for the people in the regime. They use power then to commit crimes, to do terrible, horrible things. They use them. That's what they do. They use them. Now, we're going to speak to something else here, something I want to say something about here. Look, let me say this to you. Now that we have even more people watching this platform, I'm gonna repeat. Ellis Cummings has not changed his position about not wanting to be vice president to anybody. Ellis Cummings still maintains his position. He is not interested in being vice president. Ellis Cummings has not made any request to Joe Boakai for Joe Boakai to make him vice president. He has not made any such request. Joe Boakai has not offered any and does not intend to offer any vice president or running mate a slot to Ellis Cummings. There has been no offer made by Joe Boakai, and there would be no offer made by Joe Boakai to Ellis Cummings, because Joe Boakai does not intend to make Ellis Cummings his running mate, and Ellis Cummings does not intend to be Joe Boakai's running mate. What Ellis Cummings wants instead is different. It's different. Ellis Cummings wants something that Joe Boakai is not able to give him. So I come back to this to say this again. Do not waste your time. Those of you who are on your knees and praying for Boakai and Cummings to be on the same ticket, you are wasting your prayers, because your prayers will not be answered, because God himself does not want that ticket. There is a reason why Cummings and Boakai fell off. It was God. God did not intend for those two people to be on the same ticket. God did that. There was a time when we were in the CPP, before Cummings started to do all the things he was doing. Guess what? It looked as though at that time that they were going to work together. But God had other plans. God had other plans. So I just wanted to come back to say this to you all again. What Cummings wants from Mr. Boakai cannot give to him. Cummings does not want to be VP. Cummings wants something else that Mr. Boakai would never, ever give him. No, it is not up to Mr. Boakai to even give him that. Simple. So let's go back to the lines. George, let's take some more calls there. I thought I should come back. And
good morning, brother. Good morning, our leader. Here's a family calling you from Berlin community. Our leader, you made today on a very serious note. And for the statement that is made by our president, president to come, rather, our president to come October 10th, in honor of Jose Yuan Boakai. The old man insensible enough. The old man speak in parable. You know, you can't get many children and you say all of them the woman say a door is open. So the child know that they wrong their father and say, come, they say, Papa, forgive me. The old man is waiting to accept that child back. So if Prince Johnson says, come, for me, I the city, I just for the Bukumen from war. They don't go Bukumen. So even when a laser that come, then I had the need to move the Bukumen, let it move from war. Yeah, we don't want to see them. You can't give man job to a boy. That's what they're doing. So once they give man job to a boy, they will spoil the country and they will corrupt the country, they will kill the country to a backwardness. So our leader, our door is open, waiting for you. Even you're saying what they are going to vote. Thank you very much. Allow me to
Okay. Again, let me say this to you. To those of you who want Ellis Cummings to be Joe Boakai's VP, it will not happen because Cummings does not want to be VP. Not only is he saying it publicly, all of you will say, oh, the way I see it, the way Mr. Cummings, it looks like his Cummings is not doing very well. He's still not gaining traction. He's not gaining more appeal from the people. His popularity is not increasing. So maybe Cummings has changed his mind. I've heard all of that. It is not true. Mr. Cummings has not changed his mind. Mr. Cummings says he must be the head of the ticket. He must be the head of the ticket. Mr. Cummings is not asking to be running mate. When you talk it near him, he can get vexed and won't cost you. Let me just tell you. Cummings does not want to be running mate to Joseph Boakai. Cummings say nobody will run against him. We will go power and sit down and support him so he can be president. That's what he wants. And you want to say that what coming was he wants Joseph Boakai to step aside to support him. I'm not giving you gossip. I'm not giving you chuchu. Hello, you hear what I say? Come and say Joseph Boakai must step aside for him to run. Let me just talking now. Let me just talking. Come and say Joseph Boakai must step aside to make him for him to be the president. That's what he want. And you hear what I say? That's what he want. And it's not going to happen because Joseph Boakai get the power to name his running mate by his head. Joseph Boakai, he get the power to name the running mate by himself. When it comes to that, it is entirely his prerogative. Nobody should even say they will make Boakai name who he want name as running mate. Joseph Boakai is a very, very, very independent-minded leader. He will make a decision by himself who will be a running mate. Let me play a recording for you all. What JMB said about the type of running mate he wants. By the way, I want to say shout out to our friends there at Sika Motors, the exclusive importer and distributor of all things, all vehicles, Toyota, and of course Yamaha products as well. Go to Sika Motors today, and they offer auto financing deals with a number of select banks, and you can walk away there with a very brand new Toyota vehicle for as little as a couple $100 a month. Now, I'm going to go and play this for you. George, I'm sending you this recording. I want you to play it. Mr. Boakai spoke with members of the press several weeks ago, sometime in December, I believe. And in this interview, he talks about this particular portion is 2 minutes and 46 seconds. George will play it. Mr. Boakai talks about the type of person he wants for VP and how he will make his decision. Listen to this. I'm sure most of you have never heard this recording before. So Boakai will play, George will play. I just sent it to George. Listen to JMB in his own spoken words, not written words, spoken words. Spoken words tell you more than written words. So listen to JMB, what JMB said himself in his own words about
a lot of capable people in Liberia. And the thing about leadership, the American defined vice president as heartbeat from the presidency. I mean, a vice president can become president anytime. And beside that, if you have in mind what the people are going through, then you start thinking, who is it that can work with me to make those things that I'm thinking about real, that you can trust to work with me? It's a decision that you make personally, because the vice president works with the president. They assist the president. And so it's not something to get into in a hurry. People can suggest names, they can talk about it. That's speculation. And just like they're speculating, we are thinking about it. But it's not a decision that anybody can push me into, because we want the best for this country, and at the right time we will do that with God's help.
Sorry, what are the key criteria for an ideal vice president?
Well, they're not just for vice president. When I hear people talking about presidency of this country, are we thinking about name, prestige, and things? People must first understand, where is this country? What is our experience? What are we seeing? What do we believe in? What is it that is lacking? You must share that knowledge first, because knowing the problem is knowing part of the solution. Do you understand really, or you just think it's a fancy thing that will come and be vice president? You are vice president to serve this country. You are vice president to understand what we're going through, what the people are going through. We must share that knowledge. We must share that passion that there is a need not to start thinking about coming for prestige or to the same way I've always believed in honest service to the country. Do you share that with me? So there are a lot of things that you have to look into.
There you go. Start right there. Joe Bugger said, the same way I believe in honest service to the country. Do you share that with me? He said, I'm not looking for prestige, somebody with a big name or prestige. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? He's not looking for a vice president or a running mate with a big name or with prestige. What he's more concerned about is, do you share my values? Do you share my commitment to honest service to country? Do you share that? Do you understand the problems that the country faces? Because he said, understanding the problem goes a long way in fixing the problem, in the solution to the problem. Do you care about the problems that people are facing? That's what he said. So, and he said, the running mate thing is a personal decision. I hear all of you. Let me tell you, all of you who be telling me to tell Joe Bugger who to make his running mate. I want to say this to you. I have never suggested any name to him before. So all of you who be telling me all the time, Costa, that the other person I want, please tell JMB that the person I want. I don't even tell him that. I just want to say this to you. I get lots of messages, and I'm sure so many other people who are close to JMB get lots of messages of suggestions from our own people telling us to tell him who to make his running mate. I just want to bring it to you this morning. I have never, not on one occasion, proposed or suggested or conveyed any of your messages to JMB about who to make his running mate. I have never done it, and I will never do it. Let me repeat. I have never, on one occasion, all of you who send me messages telling me who JMB should make his VP, I have never proposed it to JMB, because you know what? I believe and I respect what he has said, that it is a personal decision for him to make. It is a personal decision for him to make. So if you want to tell Joe Bugger who to make his running mate, go to him and tell him yourself. But for me, I have never told him that. It is not my place for me to tell him. No. Joe Bugger knows what's best. He's a very wise man, very experienced man. I respect him for that. He will decide who he makes his running mate. I will never tell him who to make his running mate. Let's go back to the lines and take some calls there. So it's up to the man to decide, and he will make his decision. Let's go take some calls.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. This is Lahai. I'm calling you from Banate Junction.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Our leader, Costa, thank you for the topic on the discussion. You know, we told the people yesterday, they didn't believe us. We told them that this leadership, your turn to fool, to bring into power, that leadership that will carry the country backward. You will not go far in it. You will put the country into the trash can or in the toilet, but the leadership the camp also. And the next thing is that the one is regarding Alexander Benelli coming to join our old men. Well, for me, I was looking at it, it's not too bad. But however, if you were our old men and our leader, then if you were the one you decide, will follow it. Because the only thing my own concern is for the Boko men, then 9 men to move from over us. They are still accepting killers. They are going to them. And they accepted Prince Johnson were with them. They were moving here and there. And today they're calling it killer. They accept a lot of people. And today they are denigrating them. So would you know yourself on a killer? Let him come. Moving from there at all. Even if that later like John alone, you move him. I don't just want to hear that PDC. Yeah, chat is already the conduct. I don't just want to name anyone in my life. Because they are not doing nothing to improve the life of anyone. But rather to reach them and steal from, but God will beat them before they go to heaven tomorrow. Or before they enter the court, the God will beat them though. That money they're stealing from, God will punish them. Thank you for affording your time. Our leader, our door open, we are waiting for you.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. Nobody will choose for Joe Bugger. Joe Bugger will choose for himself. Let me tell you something else that you need to know. Our leader, Joseph Boakai, has not sat down with anybody to have any conversation on who he will make his running mate to say that I will be. No such conversation has happened. No such conversation. Also, Mr. Boakai has not promised anybody. He has not promised Benana Yure. He has not promised Yombli. He has not promised Tiawongonglo. He has not promised anybody to be his running mate. He has not promised Jeremiah Kun. I mean, the names some people can even propose. But again, they have their right. But Mr. Boakai has not promised anybody. Let me tell you what Mr. Boakai is doing. Mr. Boakai is praying to God to direct him to do the right thing. That is what JNB is doing. He's praying to God to direct him, to guide him in making the right decision. That is the most important decision he makes. Any candidate running for president, the most important decision you make is who you decide to go with as your running mate. It is a decision that is very personal for the candidate. People may advise the candidate on what to do, on who to carry, and the reasons why, but people may not assume the authority or may not assume the audacity to dictate to the candidate on who to carry. Joseph Human Boakai is a deeply, deeply faithful man, a spiritual man, a God-believing man. His decision on who to pick will be something that he is praying about. And when he announces that person, when that time comes, just know that it was God who inspired him to make that decision. He has not promised anybody. And guess what? Joseph Human Boakai is, I have worked with politicians, but Joseph Boakai is not your typical politician. He's a different, the 3 weeks he was here, I was still learning the man. He is a different type of politician. He is not your typical politician. His decisions are not political. His decisions are made in the interest of the country. Politicians don't make such decisions. Politicians make decisions based on their interest. Boakai makes decisions based on the country's interest. That is one big difference I have noticed with Joe Boakai. Joseph Boakai will not make a speech just to get people excited. If he believes that speech is not something he believes to be true, something that he believes in, he would not make that speech. You would not get him to say or do something that he does not believe is the right thing for the country. That is the sort of man he is. He's a strange man. He's a strange man, strange in such a good way. And you all who don't know that yet, you will see when he becomes president. So you can make him do what he does not want to do. Joseph, because he has not decided on who he's going to make his running mate, because he's praying to God about consulting his God about it. You know what he has not done? He has not made any promise to anybody. If anybody tells you that Joe Boakai has promised to make them VP, that person is a bloody liar. He has not committed to anybody because he is praying to God for God to guide him. Now, God will not send a message or write him an email or write him a letter to say it. But at the end of the day, whoever he finally decides on is the person he's going to believe that God has instructed him to carry. That is who he is. A man who has a deep, abiding faith in God. And I respect him for that because, of course, I am such a person. My faith, deep, abiding faith in God is what carries me. Josh, let's go back to the lines and take some calls. So I'm just letting you know, I myself, I'm still learning Joseph Boakai. I'm still learning him. In the last 3 weeks, he was here, and I had the privilege to be in his company almost every day and working with him. I have learned that he is not your ordinary politician. He is not your ordinary politician. And I respect him immensely for that. Nothing he does is about himself. It's about the country. That's who he is. Yo, I'm still, if I tell you I really know him yet, I'll be lying to you. I'm still learning Joseph Boakai. I'm still learning him. He's like a big book that I'm studying. I know I have, I don't know where I am now in that book, what chapter I'm on, but I know that I'm still reading that book. I'm not finished yet. The book called Joseph Iman Boakai. Let's go back to the lines and take some more calls there.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Okay, this is Apostle Kamal. My brother, God bless you so much. Bless God for Costa. Bless God for the woman Boakai. I think all of us in Liberia know the truth. And the truth we know, one of the truth we know is that George Weah is devices, is the demon that came to bring separation and trouble in this nation. My brother, I don't know if that Boakai is sitting here or George.
Yeah.
Before then, when a brother is part of this other party and the brother is part of the other party, they will go and argue and come back the state family. But you discover Boakai or George, you discover since this George Weah came to Liberia, when your biological brother is part of CDC and you are on the Liberty Party, do you know you will be enemy forever? You notice that there is one.
Oh, lost you there, my brother. Good morning. Oh, 0770102102886 010TD8TD. The WhatsApp number +231 88051 TD 417 077010210 0886 010. Yeah, 38 TD. Let's go back to the phone lines and take a look at.
Good morning, God.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, thank you. This is Edward Spencer M. Joe, and I call you from my residence here in Pikoro to ask to be better. Let me say this, and I want to say also to Costa for the clarification. You know, I listened to one platform this Saturday night, and someone was talking about that. But let me say this. For me, Lord is to Joseph Iman Boakai. I am a member of the Liberty Party, and Councillor Brunskin, Starting, don't endorse Brasserie. And then look, I now speaking with any political leader. I've made my own decision. If we come for pay, which I know it will never work. If I say, well, all my supporters go beyond Kumi, I will not say we'll go to Maria, go beyond Kumi, because I said, no, I've made my own decision. If there's a second round, and Kumi is in the race, and which I know it will never happen, it will never happen. But if Kumi in the race, I will Kumi to Tobaho and say, ever do for Kumi, don't for me again. I will never do it. I prefer to walk away and never put it. So right now, I want to say, the guy was up there, that's all like confused. You know, thank you for the clarification that Boakai is begging Kumi, no way out for him again. You don't have money, so he's begging Kumi. That's why I don't be on his free and all over. So thank you for the clarification, Chief. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
We got 15 minutes ago. Let's take more calls there. 15 minutes ago.
Good morning.
I'm online?
Yes, you're live.
Okay. Okay, yes. Okay. This is Ali Kaba. Okay, my question is going directly to Mr. Henry Pedro Costa. As we see the Liberian politics today, you know, if you see more people focusing on JMB and Alexander Kumi because the people are fed up with George Weah, they want to get him out as quick as possible one time. And the only one time bomb to launch that man that are there. So I want to ask him whether he believes there is any other possibility of any other ticket that can launch George Weah out one time without that ticket there. Because the Liberian people want. Now, they want for the men to go. Now, all want for the men to go. That's why we're talking all those things there for. Because we now want no more time to waste, no time to check time. So I want to ask Costa whether he know about any other possibility. He believes that there is a possibility for a ticket to kick George Weah out one time without that ABC JBC ticket. Thank you.
That's a good question. Let me answer the question mathematically. I will not use words to answer the question. I will use math. I will not use ordinary reasoning because it can be debated. Mr. Weah and Joel Howard Taylor received 38% of the votes in the first round. 38%. That means 62% of Liberians of the voters did not vote for them. Let's do the math, folks. Are you listening? Mr. Weah and Joel Howard Taylor and LPDP of Alex Tyler, they received 38% of the votes. That means 62% of the voters did not vote for them. 62%. 62%. So what does that tell you? That tells you, and then Prince Johnson ran for president, Charles Bromsky ran for president, Ellis Comey ran for president. So there were three, aside from Buakai and Weah, there were three major contestants in the race. Bromsky came third place, Prince Johnson came fourth place, Cummings came fifth place, number 5. So of the three people who came, of the three strong contenders, Bromsky is not going to be running again, peace to his ashes. Prince Johnson is not going to be running in this election for president. So Bromsky is not running for president. Prince Johnson is not running for president. Only Alice Cummings is running for president. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you that the votes will not be as splintered as they were. They will not be as scattered all over the place as they were in 2017, because two of the major contenders of 2017 would not be contesting in 2023. Councillor Charles Bromsky would not be running, peace to his ashes. Prince Johnson would not be running, peace to his ashes. So Ellis Comey came fifth place with 7% of the votes. I believe Charles Bromsky picked up 11% of the votes, 12% of the votes. Prince Johnson got more votes than Cummings. I think Prince Johnson got 9% of the votes. 9% of the votes. So you're talking 11% for Bromsky and about 9% for Prince Johnson. And so the 11, that's about 20% of the votes. Those two people would not be running in these elections that are coming. What does that tell you? It tells you that if Mr. Cummings runs on his own, he got 7% in 2017 after spending about $8 million, according to what we were told. That's what Cummings spent on his campaign. He spent, so basically, he spent $8 million and got 7% of the votes. That means he spent about $1.1 million or thereabouts. $1.1 million to get 1%. Every 1% of the votes he got, he spent over $1 million to get it. Anyway, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, so Cummings got 7% of the votes in 2017. My estimate, using my political kaleidoscope and my political calculator, I'm assuming that because Bromsky will not be running, peace to his ashes, Prince Johnson will not be running, so there will be more votes up for grab. So I'm assuming that Cummings could move up from 7%, which is what he got in 2017, at a cost of $1.1 million per 1%. Cummings would move up from 7% of the votes. Let's put Cummings up to around 11%, just around what Bromsky did. So I'm going to bring Cummings up to what Bromsky did in the last election, up to 11, 12%. Maximum 12% is what Cummings could get in 2023, because we are doing what? We are increasing his support base from 7% to 12%. Let's give him 12%. So that Joe Bogart picked up 28% of the votes. 28%. When Ellen Johnson Sirleaf ran for president in 2005, she and Joe Bogart together, the two of them picked up 19.8%. So Joe Bogart did better on his own than what Ellen did when she was at the top of the ticket. What does that tell you? Joe Burger is more popular than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. When Ellen was the top of the ticket in 2005, she and Joe Burger picked up what? They picked up 19.8% of the votes in 2005. Joe Burger on his own in 2017, on his own as top of the ticket, picked up 28%. So what does that tell you? It tells you that Burger in his own right and in his own name is more popular than Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was when she ran for president at the top of the ticket. Ellis Comer picked up 7%. So I'm going to say, if Joe Burger picked up 28% of the votes in 2017, I'm going to say Joe Burger, considering that Bromsky is not running, would not be running. Prince Johnson would be running for senator. He would not also be running. And I'm going to assume that Joe Burger can increase this his support base. And we know a lot of people who didn't support Burger then are supporting him now. And we know almost everybody who supported Joe Burger. I'm going to say Joe Burger should be able to take this support from 28% to around 34 to 38%. I'm going to take it to like 34 to 38%. Joe Burger can get up to 38%. I'm going to stay conservative. I'm going to be conservative in my extrapolation and my guesstimation, my political guesstimation and extrapolation. I'm going to say Joe Burger would be able to move a support base from 28% of the votes in the first round to as high as 34 to 38% in 2023 in the first round. Ellis Cummings, I'm going to give him for 7%. I'm going to add 5% more to Ellis Cummings. So take Ellis Cummings up to 12%. I'm going to give Ellis Cummings 12%. That's 5% more. That's 5% more. Joe Burger is going to go up to around 34 to 38% almost easily in the first round. Almost easily in the first round. Now, what's going to happen in the second round is that Joe Burger is going to beat George Weah by a significant margin in the second round. That is what's going to happen. So Ellis Cummings is not at the same level. No, he's moving up from 7%. Let's give him 12%. That is a conservative number. Of course, the conservatism applies to all. I'm going to give Joe Burger around 34 to 38% in the first round. Joe Burger is going to increase his support base has fundamentally increased. This time, perhaps Ellis Cummings is going to have to spend, the last time he spent like $1.1 million to get 1%. So basically, for the 7% that he picked up, he spent over $7 million, almost $8 million to get 7%. So this time, the way I see it, Cummings is probably going to increase that, considering inflation and all, is going to increase that cost from 1%, from $1.1 million per 1% of the votes to, I'm going to say Cummings will probably have to spend about 1.2 or to 1.3%, $1.3 million for every 1% of the votes he picks up. In the case of Joe Burger would only have to spend somewhere around, for each percent Joe Burger gets, maybe what, about $200,000-$300,000, $200,000-$300,000 US dollars for each percent. While Mr. Cummings will have to spend about 1.2 to 1.3 million dollars. For George Weah is going to have to spend about $2 million or about $1.5 million for every percent that you see, every extra percent beyond what he already has. Because Weah received 38% in the first round in 2017. I'm going to put Weah down. Weah is not going to get 38%. Weah is going to come down to around 32 to 34%. Weah is going to drop. Weah is going to drop around between 32 to 34%. Save this show. You will remember this. Save this show. Weah is going to get between 32 to 34%. And Joe Burger will get more votes than George Weah in the first round. Joseph Human Burger will pick up more votes than George Weah. Do you not see all the opinion polls, all the surveys that are conducted? Joe Burger gets more votes than George Weah every single time an opinion poll is conducted. Let's go to the phone lines and take some calls. George, let's take a few more calls there. We've got 5 minutes ago. Let's take 5 calls and we'll call it a day.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Burger, and good morning to Mr. Henry Petro Costa. My name is Morris Semer, the John Costa of Liberia. a member of the United together in support.
Yeah, good morning. Hello? Oh, lost it there.
And let me tell you one thing the Liberian voters will not do. The Liberian voters in these elections will not waste their votes on candidates they believe cannot beat George Weah. They're not going to be wasting their votes. You see, the Liberian people in their minds, subliminally and subconsciously, have decided it is only one man that can beat George Weah. And that one man is Joe Walker. Subliminally and subconsciously. Ellis Cummings is the hardest working opposition candidate in the country. It is not Joe Walker. But Ellis Cummings does not have traction because the Liberian people trust Joe Walker. They know who Walker is, and they know Walker can beat George Weah. That is the strongest thing that Walker has going for him. They believe by a very large segment of the population that it is he who can beat George Weah and not Cummings. It is that that is carrying Joe Walker. They believe that only Joe Walker can get the job done. The Liberian people in the majority want George Weah out of power. And they believe it is one man who is best suited for the job. That's Joseph Ewan Walker. That is the strongest selling point Joe Walker has going for him. They believe that he can beat George Weah. He's the only man who can take Weah down. Comfortably too. George, we're going to take 2 more calls and we're going to call it a day. 2 more calls.
Good morning.
Good morning, George. Good morning, Costa.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Musa calling from United Kingdom. Costa, thank you. Thank you this morning. I listened to you and I'm one of your regular follower. I think this morning show make a very big difference. My advice to our Liberian people, let us stop asking Honorable Baka to carry Kwame as his running mate. Kwame is so desperate for presidency. Anyone that take Kwame, that person will not survive the 6 years. Kwame, we the Liberian people, ourselves, let us not fool ourselves to follow Kwame, to elect Kwame as president. Kwame will be worse than George Weah. Kwame is too able, and Kwame followers are intolerant. They are very, very arrogant. So for us, Liberia, we support our old man, and we want the old man. We will sit down on our old mat and plant a new mat. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you very, very much. So we're going to go and take the last caller, George, and we'll call it a day. Somebody just posted here that Fabric FM, local radio station in Monrovia, conducted a poll this morning, and Buckeye picked up 46 people voted for Joe Buckeye, 11 people voted for George Weah, and 2 people voted for Ellis Cummings. There you have it. 46 for Buckeye, 11 for Weah, 2 for Cummings. Every single time you do a poll, Buckeye wins. Every single time you do a poll, Buckeye wins. That's it. It is as simple as that. Let's take some more calls then.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
We're doing great. And you?
I'm fine. Good. I'm calling to make a contribution on the show. My name is Charles Dennis. I call from North Carolina. I wonder why people are making Mr. Cummings a talking point when people are saying he does not have the popularity and the traction. So why battle with somebody who does not have popularity and traction? Why battle about him? It's like forming a team, and you stay discussing about the PC player. The player is PC.
Can you hear me, my brother?
My thing is that.
Ask him what I hear. Okay, he's going to be listening. So let me say this to you. No more calls, George. Our time is up. The reason we're discussing Cummings here this morning is because his people are running all over Facebook and they are saying that Joe Buckeye and Cummings are going to be on the same ticket. Some people are saying Buckeye and Cummings will be on the same ticket. Some people are saying that Buckeye and Cummings people are posting all over on Facebook that Buckeye will step down for Ellis Cummings. That's why we're discussing this morning. We who support Buckeye and we who are close with Buckeye have a responsibility and a duty to inform our people, to tell them that it is a lie. There is no conversation between Ellis Cummings and Joe Buckeye for VP or for Buckeye to step aside for Ellis Cummings to run. No such conversation. So we're not discussing Ellis Cummings because we're intimidated by Cummings. We're discussing it because you, the Cummings supporters, are running all over on Facebook, creating fake Facebook accounts that Buckeye is endorsing Ellis Cummings for president. It is you, the Cummings people, who are doing this. You are creating these fake things and lying to your people. So we can just sit back and not speak to this. I posted yesterday, and Mr. Buckeye himself posted yesterday on his Facebook page that it is a lie, that he is going to be running for president, that he's going to be on the ballot. So the reason we're discussing it is that we're not attacking Mr. Cummings. We're just saying that we do not, and we do not intend to work with Mr. Cummings. We do not intend to form a ticket with Mr. Cummings. That's what we're saying. That is what we're saying. So thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Cummings has his right to run. And Mr. Cummings will run, and Mr. Cummings will not win. And that will be the end of the gingerbread ball. Mr. Buckeye will run, and Mr. Buckeye will win. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Bye-bye.